Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. All right, so today we have the moon shifting into practical Gemini. So we could notice a theme around gaining knowledge or information, or maybe sharing knowledge and information with others is also a great way of working with the moon in Gemini. Now we are in the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle, which means anything that started a week ago, any new perspectives you've had or new beginnings could be a really good part of the week to challenge ourselves to really integrate and constructively develop in our life. But Mars is over Saturn here today, so our assertive side is linking up with our more maybe disciplined or reserved side, which can actually make this a very constructive time for all things that do require time, either projects, work, discipline, and seeing the long-term perspective with our goals could be a great way of working with this conjunction. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Tuesday. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations called True Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information because this does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so let's go and take a look here at the moon's placement, shifting out of resourceful Taurus, which is where we had the theme the past few days, and shifting more into practical Gemini here today. So as the day unfolds, really good to get into the side of ourselves that is interested in ideas, information, knowledge, wanting to maybe share and exchange with others in the realm of ideas, but also Gemini could be things like business, trade, short distance travel, anything that's about synergizing essentially. So really good time to synergize with our minds, with communication, and bringing a bit of flexibility and adaptability into our life could be a great way of working with this phase of the lunar month. And the phase that we're in is in the first quarter phase, which means that the sun and moon are starting their square and that they're in both very different signs. In this case, practical Gemini is about more mental knowledge and communication kind of energy, whereas Pisces is very much about no mind, right? It's about surrendering, it's about having more acceptance and peace in our life and more of that receptivity. So how can we combine the two? That's essentially a great way of working with the day, is how can we still learn, be interested, practical, while at the same time be receptive, accepting, and finding peace in life. And this could be a great way of working with this phase here of this lunar month. Now, we do have Mars over Saturn here today, very important conjunction. Mars has been passing over the stellium that we've had in Sagittarius that has represented a lot of the transformations, restructuring, and perspectives that have been developing collectively here this year. So now Mars over Saturn, the last of this stellium, and this could suggest maybe a new beginning going into the rest of the week, and you could even say for the next roughly 2.5 years of developing our short-term goals with our long-term goals, right? Mars represents the things that we want now. Saturn represents the things that come later and through time and patience and perseverance. And so it's a great way of working with the day here today is how can we link up those two, align the short-term and long-term perspective on things. It's a great time for incorporating that patience and discipline and planning. In fact, whatever this is might be requiring that. And it's possible that in your life there could be a new beginning with maybe some structures or some projects or things that, again, are involved with work or career or something that does take time. So a great way of working with the day is setting intentions. What are some new beginnings that we can start to put some action towards that we know will take some time or some planning and some perseverance. And in this way, it becomes a great way of working with this conjunction here today. And both planets are going to be shifting into Capricorn, which is Saturn's domicile here. So we'll likely notice in the coming weeks, especially with Mars here, that it can be really good to maybe have that patient and disciplined approach to how we're taking action, how we're asserting ourselves, how we're initiating things, right? And again, a lot of those structures or projects could be a great way of working with that. In fact, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, very comfortable here for Mars, which suggests that things like achievement, success, career are supportive for Mars kind of energy. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. That's the most important stuff going on here today. The moon in Gemini, and in fact, the moon will be going over the North Node, suggesting that there's certainly some things to learn today and to maybe start anew with our life path that does involve that learning, practicality, sharing, exchanging, and bringing in more flexibility into our life. The challenge is how to do that while at the same time be receptive with the no mind energy of Pisces, bring in more peace into our life, and really listen to not only our minds, but what's important to us on a soul level, which is what Pisces represents. And so great day for incorporating both the practical and receptive energies of life. And Mars over Saturn, new beginning with discipline, patience, responsibility, that we can align with our more direct and assertive side here today. All right, so everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the next daily forecast. Take care.